This is not a good angle. Hello everybody, welcome to Thursday. Today is another episode of JoProgoRawrrrrrr. I kind of imagined that going off more like the lion on the MGM UA, like old school movie, you know, like VHS tapes, like Shirley Temple movies, like that lion, but it didn't work out that way. Oh well. So this Thursday, since I listed off 10 things on Tuesday that I am scared to talk about but want to talk about, I was like, you know, Joe, you could just talk about one of them on Thursday. So I'm gonna talk about one today. I haven't picked one yet though, so now I have to pick one. Let's talk about number 8. I should just talk about them in order, 10 to 1 or 1 to 10. But no, I'm gonna talk about number 8. Number 8 is body odor. This has been something that has been brought up to me in my life, like since puberty, maybe before, because I have always had a robust bouquet. Is that how we might say that? I don't know what those words are for. I have strong body odor. This is something that like I don't usually notice because it's my smell and I've been smelling this way for like more than half my life, so I don't notice it. However, lots of people seem to think that it's a really important thing for me to understand that I have a strong smell. So there have been lots of really uncomfortable ways that people have let me know this, and mostly it's awful that people do this. So like my first experience of this was when I was probably like 12 or 13. For my birthday, one of my friends gave me like a personal hygiene kit with like a razor and deodorant and this awful great body spray, and basically like gave it to me to be like, hey, shave your legs and wear deodorant because you smell bad and you're hairy. I found that it really hurt my feelings because one, I didn't care about my body odor. I still don't. I kind of like it. I like the way that I smell most of the time, except when it gets rank, and then, but mostly it's like, it's the way I smell. And at that age, I didn't even understand that like other people could smell me because I didn't even know my own smell, I guess. So that, like, I was so angry at that. So I gave her those things back for her birthday, and we just like gave them back and forth for a few birthdays. But I was like, no, like you didn't get the point. I guess like the next time I remember it becoming a really prominent issue was when I went to study abroad for 4 months in Uganda, and I was really sick the whole time. And when I get sick, like, I don't know, sick bodies smell different. And my body, already smelling strongly, smelled horrendous. Like it filled the room with an awful smell. And whereas in my life before I'd experienced people making fun of me or treating me poorly or like not being, I don't know, being mean about the way that I smelled. These people that I was studying abroad with, they were from all over the US and Canada, and they were really kind about it, believe it or not. Like there was some gentle teasing, but it was very gentle. And nobody left the room or like said I can't be in the same room as you, and nobody like gave me body deodorant products. Also a problem that I have is I have really, really sensitive skin, and so when I wear deodorant or anything in my armpits except like homemade deodorant that I make, it hurts, like my armpits swell. Fun fact about Joe, when they wear deodorant, their armpits swell. My friends in Uganda understood that and didn't, I don't know, they were very kind and very accepting, and I really appreciated that. And it made me feel like I didn't need to be so, like I didn't need to be so self-conscious about my body odor. Like I could just like exist, and there would be people out there who loved me either way, like who loved me no matter how I smelled. But then that's not how most of the rest of the world is, I guess, or not how America is. My friends back home were also like, were still really rude about it and would still make comments and say like, not gentle teasing, it was like mean teasing about my body odor. And like along with all of this is like I struggle with keeping up like executive function, like personal hygiene routines and stuff. So like there's a lot of layers to this issue of body odor. So like yeah, I have a hard time remembering to shower or brush my teeth or put on my homemade deodorant. Homemade deodorant, by the way, is coconut oil and baking soda and cornstarch. And then you can add some scents, but be careful because some of them will irritate. So I don't add any, I just let it be that way. So like when I remember to shower and brush my teeth and wear coconut oil deodorant and stuff, it's better, I guess. I don't know how people perceive my smell mostly. Anyways, even then, like even when I do all those things, that I still like, I step outside and I'm immediately sweating because either it's hot or I'm anxious because I left the house and I sweat when I'm anxious. So it doesn't feel like it matters to me. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. My body is gonna sweat. Fast forward to like, I graduated college and I tried working a bunch of jobs and I didn't do very well working any of those jobs. And then fast forward, I got into a DBT program, diabolical behavioral training, which is supposed to be like the perfect thing for people who have PTSD or ADHD or autism, who are autistic. I wish ADHD could be like autistic is like an identity, like I can say I'm autistic, but I have to say I have ADHD, but I'm like ADHD, like there's no cure for that either. It's an identity more than anything. So I don't know. I distracted myself and I can't remember what I was gonna say. Shit. Oh, DBT. I'm in DBT for a few months and then my individual counselor person pulls me aside and is like, hey Jo, I didn't really want to tell you about this, but people think that you smell bad. And the other counselors wanted me to talk to you about it, and I'd said I didn't notice it, but then I like noticed it, so I'm saying something now. So essentially, like, the group that I was in thought that I didn't smell very nice and complained to the group leaders who weren't my individual counselor, and the group leaders complained to my individual counselor, who then told me that all of these people thought that I smelled bad. And like even my individual counselor didn't actually think I smelled bad until somebody had asked her to like, oh, will you go check and see how Jo smells next time you have an appointment with them? And then I was told that like the reason I didn't have friends, the reason I might not be able to make friends is because of the way I smelled. And I was just like, this is not helpful therapy anymore. We have reached the end of this being useful because the way that I smell is often outside of my control. Because I shower, I wear deodorant, I brush my teeth, I leave the house, I smell bad. Or it's a different day and I don't remember to do any of those things and I smell bad. It doesn't matter. And I don't think I smell bad. I don't know. And neither does my partner, and she loves me dearly, and I have friends who love me. And I'm like, you know, so this rant about body odor and talking about my experience with people unkindly pointing out my body odor is because it's really awful to like, I understand sensory issues and that certain smells like you just can't stand, and certain people's body odor you're not gonna like, but everybody has body odor and not all of us can cake on antiperspirant deodorant, and not all of us want to like remove all of our armpit hair because that's painful too. So I guess I'm just like, be considerate. If somebody smells bad, don't assume anything. Like treat them like a human being, because human beings, like all animals, smell funny. Have you ever smelled a walrus? I haven't. I watched a Planet Earth episode and it talked about how stinky walruses are, and I was like, yeah, see? And they get to have like huge piles of cuddle sessions. I also understand that like I've been told that this is a very particularly American problem, United Statesian. What if we were United Statesians? Here, like for some reason in our culture, smell is a really big deal, and it's not that way everywhere else. And that frustrates me too, because I'm like, why is it arbitrarily a big deal here and not arbitrarily a big deal elsewhere? There's a scary bug on the outside of that window. Oh well. That's like this thing, like I smell weird, and it's something that I sometimes I'm really ashamed of, but mostly I try to love about myself and accept about myself, because I'm like, I prefer to just let my body operate the way that it operates than try and mask it and like plug up my sweat glands and cause myself pain. It's just not worth it to me. And I'm like, if people don't want to be my friend because I smell bad, I probably don't want to be their friend, because they're gonna smell really fruity and like cologne or perfumes, and those give me a headache and overpower me, and I don't like that. I would prefer people smell like sweat. So if you experience anything like this, you're not alone. You're still a beautiful person. Like, don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm done now. Have a beautiful rest of your week. I'm going to be moving this weekend, but still look for a video on Saturday from Out of This Binary. Look for videos every day from Out of This Binary. People on that channel are amazing and beautiful and special, and I love them all. So go watch those videos now. Okay, bye. Let's get rich and build a house.